And welcome back to the second segment, episode 158, Sold with Updike Pugh. And today we were going to talk about the 10,000 reasons it still makes sense to list the 5 reasons it still makes sense to list your home around the holidays.
And this is really important because people think, oh, I can't bring it on during the holidays. That doesn't make sense. Okay, it does make sense.
It does.
And it's the most interesting thing because December is when they go under contract during this time period, they do not drag out. I mean, they close at lightning speed because people are trying to get there by the end of the year.
I think there have been points over the years where we have helped more families in December get into homes than we have in any other month of the year.
One year we did 8 transactions that went under contract and closed in December. And I was like, that is a lot to put out in the very end of the year. Happy to do it, but it was still a lot.
But every one of them were people that they really needed to have something by the end of the year. And I think that the to me anyway, the number one reason is neighborhoods and homes are so much prettier around the holidays.
It is true because if you think about it, when people are going into a neighborhood, they want to know what the feel of that neighborhood is. And when people have their lights out and they have the houses decorated, and it's that entire idea of what I'm buying into, not just the bricks of the home, it goes so much further. Like our neighborhood is like uber cheesy during the holidays. They go all out. So if you drove through our neighborhood, you'd like, what? I want to be friends with all these people.
It's funny because I think but I know that, buying a home is an emotional buy.
Yes.
And many times it's happening around other emotional things that are going on outside of real estate. And this just helps with making a decision and feeling like it's the right decision.
It helps answer those questions in order to allow someone to make a decision. It lets them see what it's like. It's like doing an inspection during the rain. The roof doesn't leak then.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, the other thing too that's really important is that inventory is low. So when you bring your house on the market, yours tends to stand up. It tends to get more views. It doesn't have all of the competition surrounding it and the distractions that come with all of that competition.
Most of the time, people that put their home really have a need to sell, and so they're going to price their home effectively. They're going to do the things to get it in shape in order to make it stand out during that time. You do have fewer homes to look at, but the ones that I think you're able to look at are better quality homes.
Yes, agreed. There's also fewer showings due to fewer buyers, which is really a great thing because, we just came out of the pandemic and nobody wanted anyone in their house. And so it kind of has continued where the fewer showings, people are okay with that.
Yeah, and you have a little bit more flexibility in being able to define what times of day you want your home shown. It's with the most recent time change, we're finding now that it gets darker at 5:30.
And so 6:30 is about the latest people want you in the house.
Absolutely. I mean, and I don't really like to show property after it gets dark because then you're really just kind of stuck seeing the inside. You
Correct.
don't really get to see what the outside, up close looks like.
And because there are fewer buyers, the ones that are out there are serious. It's the holidays are a form of a filter, if you will, for tire kickers. They're really not there. They're actually there to make a decision, and they're going to make it quickly because there's not a lot of other things for them to look at.
Another reason is investors tend to ramp up purchases toward the end of the year. Many times they've got investment money that they need to use. They need to have something on the books by the end of the year, and they will make decisions. They will make decisions differently toward the end of the year sometimes than they will in the peak of the year because there's not the pressure on them to do something. So they might pay a little bit more for something, or they might choose something that wouldn't be what they would normally choose. It might
only
be
get
just
6 checks on the box instead of 8.
Exactly.
So they will make concessions for you is what we're saying. And last but not least, relocation buyers. They are booming. It will be interesting to see if this does continue given the way that things have kind of shifted with the pandemic. There's more people working from home. This one out there, just put a question mark by it. But typically, this is when everybody's trying to get in position, get into school before Q1 starts because it's the jobs that are driving this at the point, and they have to get things squared up. They've got usually a break from school. And this is when things really get serious.
And when a company is relocating an employee from point A to point B, there's a loss of productivity during that time.
Yep.
And that productivity tends to match up with what's normally going to happen during that end of year period, any time between let's say, today and December 31st.
Absolutely. It's kind of like they're killing two birds with one stone.
So I hope that that's helpful. There's actually a lot more reasons that it makes sense. If you'd like to know
10,000.
those, yeah, almost 10,000. Let us know. We'd be happy to share all of that information with you. If you're thinking about putting your home on the market, certainly reach out to us. That would be great. We hope you'll join us next week, noon, here on Facebook.
And just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.